This is a quick update video. I want to cover a couple of things. Firstly, the PakRak, which I'm very happy with. It's taken a fair amount of beating. There's one thing that I'm not so happy with, which is the fixing system that comes with it by default, which I've modified. I was out on a ride a few months ago. It was a particularly jolty ride along a mountain trail, and I was carrying quite a lot of weight. And one of these fixing screws came out. I lost it, so I had a bit of a bugger to get back with it. I had to fasten it on with breeders and stuff, and managed to sort of get back with it in the end. But what I've since done is I've changed all these. The ones that come with it look very nice, but not so practical. What I've done is I've tapped out this to a bigger thread, put a bigger screw in. The screw is now, as you can see, it's now fixed to the actual structure, so there's no way I can lose this with a nylon threaded nut. And where it screws into the actual bike itself, you can see that there's a split washer and another nut, so it's fastened in with a split washer there. It's also fastened onto this. I've done this for all the different fixing points, so there's no way any of these are coming out. I've also put split washers on all the other all the other screws in the actual structure itself, which didn't have split washers, so hopefully it'll be rock solid now, and whatever battering I give it, should be able to stand up to it. Again, these should have had split screws. They did have a plastic sort of threaded screw that went into them, but with a split washer I think it's a better bet. That's one thing. The other thing is my Redshift Shockstop suspension seat post, which I'm really happy with. Gives 3.5 centimeters of suspension movement, and you can adjust it. I'm 100 kilos, so you can adjust the way it's set up so that you don't lose that 3.5, whatever your weight is. You set it to your weight, so you still obviously you adjust it according to how heavy you are. The only thing I'm not so happy with is the second time out, this piece, which sort of clips in with a magnet. On the second trip out, the crappy little bit of elastic that was holding it to the system broke. Luckily I heard it drop, it hit the frame as it went down, so I didn't lose it. I hope it's not a reflection on the build quality overall. I've also changed my saddle. I used to ride with the Brooks B135, the old leather one with the double spring. You can see it in one of my other videos. I've changed it for this Cambium C19, which is for me it's the perfect match for this seat post. Really comfy. Obviously I was used to a leather saddle, so this one's like rubber, some type of rubber, cotton covered rubber. It's so comfortable. This cutout as well is brilliant. For me it's the perfect match for this seat post. Really happy with it. Much better than what I had before with the Brooks really, and ride quality. So definitely onto a winner there. And the other thing I'm really happy about again is the EggRider. This is a brilliant replacement for the standard controller of the BBS HD. You configure it through your mobile phone, and you can have two settings which you can switch from one to the other quite easily. So you can have one power setting programmed in for road or legal and one programmed in for off-road or not so legal. The only thing I don't like about it is these buttons here to move up and down the levels, which are fine if you're not wearing gloves, but I always wear gloves, and with gloves they're a bit of a bugger because it's quite easy to press and switch it into the other mode. So this could be improved. This switch it'd be good if it was somewhere else. It could be on the side here, and this would be just the up and down. That would be ideal really. But it's a brilliant piece of kit because you can actually, it substitutes the USB cable that you used to need to program the Bafang. So now you can program it on the fly, literally, with your mobile phone, which is amazing. Especially for those final sort of tweaks to the settings, which was a massive pain in the bum to do before, because every time you wanted to change something, you just have to come back, unplug it, plug in your laptop, and do the bloody thing again. whereas this you can literally do it on the fly with your phone. So brilliant piece of kit, great engineering there. I've still got the cycle analyst on for the moment because I'm just sort of checking the consumption on this to see if it's accurate. Seems to be. I'll eventually take this one off probably, and I think that's about it really. Those are the things I wanted to cover. I've made it a bit more industrial. I've stripped this down to aluminium, which might not be to everybody's liking, but I think it looks pretty cool. And that's it really. The only one other thing, the roll off. I'm really happy with the roll off. Coming up to its first oil change now. Brilliant gearing system. It goes above the ratios you get with the derailleur and below as well, in terms of usability. I think I'm thinking of switching the 16-tooth cog out at the back for a 13-tooth one, because I tend to start off in 4th or 5th with this, and to be honest, the gearing in first is so easy. You literally you hardly ever use it. So I thought to swap it out for a slightly smaller one and get a bit more top end speed. That's the only other change that I've got planned at the moment. So there you go. That was interesting.